Why is it called the plane of the 21st century? Enlarged seat spacing, wide aisle between the rows, state-of-the-art climate control and lighting, anti-aerophobic interior design, enlarged luggage rack, and multimedia package. This is how an MC-21 passenger aircraft looks, and specialists assess the composite materials, which constitute about 40% of the new liner and the most perfect wing in its class. What technologies are used to create the new plane? How many companies cooperate to assemble the MC-21? Why is it called the plane of the 21st century? The new MC-21, in basic version, should take up to 211 passengers. At the same time, the liner is wider than the closest competitors. That is more comfortable, but more economical due to improved wing aerodynamics. According to experts' calculations, fuel economy of MC-21 compared to the current generation of aircrafts will be 24%. At the same time, the competitors secure only 13 to 18% fuel economy even with the new engines. Economical, environmental friendly, quiet, comfortable, and of course reliable. These principles are integrated into the design of the new plane. This is a production shop. Most of the metal body parts are in-house production. The plant receives huge blanks, and specially purchased machinery literally saws a final part out of them. Such a machining center is capable of handling a blank up to 6 meters in size. Apart from new machinery and tools, the most state-of-the-art quality control methods are used for the production of the 21st century plane. What is interesting is that the plant didn't have to purchase new equipment for fluorescent control, although it hadn't been used in military production. Parts are suspended to an overhead crane and lowered into a chamber where they are coated in a fluorescent compound. Then they are washed and thoroughly inspected in ultraviolet light. If there are microscopic cracks in the part, there will be no fluorescent substance left in it. All operations are done in parallel. The plant produces and checks components, and those that are ready are used to put together plane sections. By the way, one of the MC-21 bodies is not fated to rise in the air. An aircraft body was brought to the Zhukovsky town near Moscow and handed over to the Central Aerohydrodynamic Institute for test. Creation of wing parts begins when a machine lays a composite filament according to a preset program. The number of layers may reach 90. After the let-up is over, the part is sent to a furnace. A so-called infusion technology is utilized. It's this technology that facilitates making a very long wing. Vacuum and temperature ensure impregnation of the layers with adhesive and baking into a single mass.
With the infusion technology, we can impregnate it all in one passage. That is, we don't have to impregnate one part first, then glue on another one. So there are no glued parts. Yes, we get a one-piece structure. Then we can produce a part. We get an 18-meter-long wing, right? Which, in turn, improves the characteristics, aerodynamic characteristics of the aircraft.
The next stage is machining. A huge machine grinds the part, smoothing up the shape. It takes several hours. The output is an ideally balanced geometry. Before being sent to the assembly shop, each structural element is checked, and they look not only at the shape, but at the inner contents too. In fact, they ultrasound it.
U.S. tests allow us to determine where we have some inaccuracies. Yes, and what faults we have in our product.
Quality control is a huge concern. The Aero Composite Company has a laboratory in Moscow. It is there where the first part samples are produced after the infusion technology and are checked for strength. A part of a batch from the Ulyanovsk plant is sent there too. The state-of-the-art test benches break and ruin the parts, so that later one could say for sure what stresses they can endure. This shop at the Ulyanovsk plant assembles the plane wings from composite and metal components. More exactly, 2 individual panels, a separate station for each one. Currently, the plant is fully ready for batch production. However, expansion capacities are integrated into the facility itself. As soon as there is a need to increase the number of planes, additional equipment and assembly stations will be purchased for Ulyanovsk. Meanwhile, the first wing has already been handed over to the Irkut Corporation and installed on the new MC-21 liner. Here, the shape of the future plane can already be seen. 2 sections have been assembled. Soon the third one will arrive and the wing will be attached to it. So the first half of the body will be ready. The second one is being assembled separately, after which both halves will be taken to the final assembly shop where the plane will finally be assembled in full. One more section is being assembled in parallel to the central one. It is called F4. It is located immediately behind the wing in the plane. The part is special for that it is not installed on each plane. Simultaneously with body and wing manufacturing, the onboard electronics are mounted on the plane. Several innovative solutions were implemented during designing of the MC-21. One of them is modular avionics. Units and instruments, as well as software, can be upgraded during the entire lifetime of the liner. Avionics is one of the most expensive and complex elements of a modern aircraft. It amounts to up to 15% of its cost. It is for the first time in the last 3 decades that domestic companies were entrusted with integration of electronics into a civil aircraft. For example, the software core was written by the MSU mathematicians, the Red Lab Laboratory. The main job was performed by the UAC Integration Center Company.
If we take the previous project, which was done in Russia, it's the Superjet. The main integrator of the package was the French company Thales, and the Sukhoi group did there a fragment of the mathematics, an essential one, but a fragment. And today, in this project, the choice of suppliers and integration of the entire package and development of the mathematics is done by us.
All technical information is displayed on the pilot's monitors. The flight safety directly depends on how fully and conveniently it is presented. Therefore, the Russian developers have integrated several useful novelties into the cockpit.
For the first time in the domestic aviation, we use high aspect ratio displays, which gives the pilot better situational awareness. One of the specifics of our aircraft is the availability of pilot electronic tablets right in the basic version. The tablets allow him to almost completely avoid using information on paper. We also offer our clients a windscreen indicator, an advanced and synthetic viewing as an option.
All the avionics intended for testing and debugging of the software is assembled on a single bench controlled from the control panel of a cockpit copy.
We can say it's in a sense an electronic copy of the plane. Yes, in terms of electronics specifically. Yes, in the form of a simulator here. And the biggest part of the electronics, it is the actual one.
The digital copy of the plane will exist during the entire service life of the MC-21. It is used to debug the software, to stimulate various flight modes, and to improve the operation of the entire airborne electronics. Numerous checks, simulations, tests, and improvements guarantee fail-safe system operation, pilot convenience, and of course the safety of the new liner. 175 future planes have been purchased by Russian aviation and leasing companies. The project is intended not only to create a competitive liner, but to revive the whole industry.
Thanks for watching. Show your support by subscribing, ringing the bell, and enabling notifications.